Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today's Sunday morning service. We are not able to do in-person services due to the Omicron virus. However, I hope you view this and join the Sunday morning service together. And next week Sunday also in-person service will be closed. So next week Sunday we will have Zoom service too. Service first, offering of incense. Namandav, 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 Namandav. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasabuddhassa. Om next to him is exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Buddha forgiveness. I go to the Dharma forgiveness. I go to the Sangha forgiveness. Namandav, 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 Namandav. The golden chain of love. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I'll try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to be pure and I'll try to think pure and the beautiful thoughts, to say pure and the beautiful words, and to do pure and the beautiful deeds, knowing that what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Buddha, Namo Amida Buddha, Namo Amida Buddha. Namandav, Namandav, Namandav. 아이가쇼트합니다. Trees and grasses and flowers all grow in great compassion. This light shines throughout the world. 아이가쇼트합니다. Flowers bloom and flowers fall. From the seeds sprout new flowers. This is the truth unchanging. 아이가쇼트합니다. Springtime brings the happy birds. Their songs all praise Amida. I join them in them too. 아이가쇼트합니다. When I call Amida's name, it's Amida calling me. But that voice, my voice of one, 아이가쇼트합니다. When I'm lonely, I recite 나무 아미다부츠. Then I feel great compassion. 아이가쇼트합니다. Members in work and play, every day with Amida. Every moment filled with light. 아이가쇼트합니다. Remember the golden chain, kindness in all living things. I will follow this teaching. 아이가쇼트합니다. In the clear bright morning sun, in the fading light of day, in the darkness of the night, 아이가쇼트합니다. 나무 아미다부츠. I live in great compassion. This great power guide my life. Thank you very much. Sensei tried to make bringing big voices so that I can reach to all of you. Can you please put your hands together in gasho? We show our gratitude to those who have shown us kindness, such as parents, teachers, and even society. Everyone in society is interdependent and interrelated. Thus, we practice good deeds to repay them. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandabu Namandabuts, Namandabu Namandabuts, Namandabuts. Again, good morning, everyone. How are you today? Thank you very much for joining me today's Sunday morning service. Wow, this is already January 30th. January is almost gone. One of old Japanese words said, 1月は行ってしまった. The translation of this phrase is, January is gone already. This phrase is expressing how fast time is passing. Unfortunately, we are still dealing with COVID-19, and the great numbers of the people are affected. I feel so sad, but it is not other people's problem. It's our problem. So, please stay safely and wash your hand. Gargle, take care of yourself. Being a minister, I received many different and interesting questions from the many people. Sensei, before I came to Wild Honganji, I served at the Pearl City Honganji for 9 years. When I was at the Pearl City Honganji, I have a wonderful talk with one of the members. When she came to my office and start having a chatting as follows. Sensei, may I say something today? Can you listen for me? And if you have any good ideas, can you please share with me? Sensei, I believe that my father was a very dedicated member at the Honganji temple and a good Buddhist, and he is so dedicated in our community. Before you came to Pearl City Honganji as a resident minister, he was a most helpful member of that temple and did everything the repairs, and did many volunteer works. He served in several committees which included temple president of the community association, carpenter union, and so on. However, Sensei, when he became ill and diagnosed that he had a cancer, he went through very difficult and pain, and the treatment was very hard. In his last moment, he was suffering a lot. As a daughter, I was so sad to see how he suffered and screaming many times at his bedside. Sensei, tell me if you know. It was hard to understand for why
he had to suffer that much. I think he didn't do anything wrong and always supported many people in the community. Of course, he had a few conflicts with some other people and the ministers before you. But what he did for the community is much more than other members. And he was dedicated to the community so well. I felt so bad, pitiful for him. While I'm listening her difficulties, what I could do was just listen until she brings up everything, whatever she had in her mind. According to the daughter, about 1 week before he passed away, he started screaming, especially after midnight, and said, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please help me," and so on. I was so miserable for my mother, brother, and myself to stay in his room. So I wondered, even if he was a good Buddhist, we are not able to be protected by the spiritual Buddha? Why people like my father had to suffer before he passed away? She brought me numbers of difficult questions. However, after she shared with me about her father's situation, she told me as follows: "Sensei, I'm sorry for grumbling you too much, and thank you very much for listening. I think something comes up from my mind, my heart, and I feel much better. Thank you very much, Sensei. Sensei, please take care of my dad's funeral. You did the makuragyo, a funeral is the next. So please, could take care of my dad's funeral." So I told her, "Don't worry, I'll do my best. I will do my best. So we'll see you at the funeral." When she left, I started thinking about him. Yes, he was a very hardworking member and attended temple services and activities regularly. I researched the people who had this type of condition and having a painful aspect through the internet. There are many scholars and doctors made the comments, but it was said that fearful mind usually makes people to have a difficult and anxiety feeling. However, there was not any firm suggestions without staying with the patient as much as possible. That was the one of the many of the doctors mentioned on their answer about this kind of situation. I was reading Mrs. For the late Mrs. Yoshiko Otani, who was a grandmother of the present abbot of the Honganji in Japan. And she wrote about the debating between her daughter Takshini and hers. She received a letter from her daughter, Lady Kakshini. And this one said, "Dear mother, I'm wondering why, when my father, Shinran, passed away, he never said the Nembutsu at all. He just closed his eyes and passed away as if he was sleeping. He didn't suffer as he didn't suffer much. But as a great Nembutsu teacher, his end was kind of an empty feeling. He passed away just like a common people. As we heard that when the great leaders or religious masters are passing away, strange purple clouds will appear in the sky, and some kind of mysterious situation would occur. However, when my father had passed away, nothing happened. Was he not a true Nembutsu follower? Was he not the great leader of the Nembutsu followers? Lady Eshini, she kindly replied to her, the Kakushinni, and pointed out 5 important areas and said, Your father, Shinra Shonin, truly rejoiced in the Nembutsu teachings and received Amida Buddha's 5 kinds of spiritual benefits. There are, first one, the Nembutsu followers are receiving Amida Buddha's great spiritual virtues, and the evil minds turn to the good minds. Number 2, the Nembutsu followers are able to rejoice in all the Buddhas, which is we are able to reborn at the land of the Buddha. Number 3, all the Buddhas praise the Nembutsu followers' selfless devotion and kind words, which all of the Nembutsu followers sharing and doing a wonderful dedication. Number 4, the Nembutsu followers are receiving spiritual lights by Amida Buddha for us to walk the path of the truth. And the last one, number 5, all Nembutsu followers are able to be reborn into the pure land of Amida and are able to become a Buddha. So we are able to become a Buddha. When she received the letter from her mother, she read it over and over and had a confidence that her father, Shinra Shoni, was a common person, but he was also a great Nembutsu follower. For us, maybe these kind of benefits look like nonsense. In fact, in our present life, we are living more for how to become a rich person, or how to keep up a good health, or how to become a well-known person in the community. Most of the time, we're thinking these things in our mind. Maybe many of the people are looking for the religion that helps them to receive these kinds of benefits through the religion. Of course, Lady Shini's explanation won't make our precious life become a glory and joyful. However, what the Nimbus teachings are able to give us any kind of benefits in our lives? Shinra Shoni studied Buddhism at the Mount Hiei for 20 years, but he left Mount Hiei. He became a disqualified monk from the Tendai monastery. And on top of that, he married and had children, which are completely against the monk's rule and regulation at that time in a monk society. However, I believe that Shinashoni suffered, anguished, and fought by himself about his disagreements many, many times. Then finally, he found the answer that Shinran is a human being who is the same as other people. And he expressed the people that even if he is a common being, Amida Buddha never threw him away. Amida's great compassionate heart is always surrounding Shinran like other people. So we are all surrounded by Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion, his infinite love holding us. Shinran Shoni said, I was searching for the person who built the house of suffering through my study and practices, but even if I had the 20 years of study and practices at the Mount Hiei, I couldn't find the person and the reasons. However, when I left at Mount Hiei and joined the Nimbus teachings, amazingly, I discovered that the person who built the house of suffering was I, Shinran myself. I am the person who is built and blind and foolish. I created that house of suffering and was never able to realize it. This is really teaching to all of us too. When we are facing suffering in our life, no one made your suffering. It was me, you. We made our own suffering in our life. I think the same as happiness too. We're making our happiness and share with others. Members, life is not for us to become free from the suffering at the end of our lives, but it is for us to realize that we are creating the house of suffering by ourselves. And when we realize this fact, that we are building the own house of suffering, we will regret by ourselves and become a person who are able to offer good deeds to the community. Since I see many of the young children offering very kind words, kind action to the younger people, younger than them, and I truly felt they are receiving and following wonderful guidance from their parents and grandparents. The act we reduce our sufferings and be able to show the spiritual guidance to the next generation. Through the Nimbus life, we are able to realize that even if we are having any difficult situation and sufferings, we will feel that we all are receiving Amida Buddha's spiritual light and wisdom, so that we all are able to forward in our difficult lives with a strength and serenity. Some of us might suffer at the end of our lives, and it will be very difficult for the family members at that time. But it is not because you did something wrong to others or community. It is beyond our figure. And the religion may not able to solve these situations. Maybe there are many ways to prevent those unwelcome happen when we are facing with our family's member. Because of today's our technology, medical technology, is improve a lot. So they might able to find out some solution. But the important thing is our suffering and our selfless and dedicated numbers of followers left great and precious treasures through the life of the Nimbus. The Nimbus life is for us to see and realize things as it is and be able to offer our true and sincere and a kind heart to others. I firmly believe that your kind words, kind smiles, kind action, kind thoughts, and kind support will be born from the great teaching of the Nembutsu life. These important things Shina Shonin left to each and every one of us. May we all continue to listen to the Nembutsu, which is calling voice of Amida Buddha, as our true guide and walk for the path of the Shina Shonin, showing for every one of us. There will be a peace and serenity always stay together with us. On this Sunday morning service, I wanted to share with you with this message. Thank you very much for joining me this morning Sunday morning service. Thank you. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandab Namandabutsu. Namandab Namandabutsu. Namandabutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. If you can join with me, please sing together. When life is fair and sunlight gives the day, when fortune smiles and the flowers are on our way, let us pause with grateful hearts to say, Namo Dambutsu. When comes temptation, learning us to sin. When doubts and fears assault us from within, this be our prayer, the victory we shall win. Namo Dambutsu. And on our way, listeneth some darkened sky, and to our loved ones pain and death draw nigh. Our tears may flow, yet trustingly we cry, Namo Dambutsu. Our pledge. Let's read together. Reaching out to others. I will share a smiles and gentle words, just like a Buddha who always calls out with aloha. Breaking away from my greed, anger, and ignorance, I'll try to live in peace and harmony, just like a Buddha who shares tranquility and kindness with all. Moving forward from self-centeredness, I will share a life of joy and sorrow with others, just like a Buddha whose caring heart always embraces us all. Realizing that I live because of others, I will strive to live life to the fullest with the attitude of gratitude, just like a Buddha, for promises to embrace us all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Let's sing an Nembutsu for closing today's services. Please put your hand together in Gassho. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandabu Namandabutsu. Namandabu Namandabutsu. Namandabu Nam. I have a few announcements. You see the temple flowers? So beautiful. Thank you very much, Machiko and Margaret, for arranging a beautiful temple altar flower. So beautiful, and we appreciate your great and selfless dedication. Thank you. Next week, Sunday, the first Sunday was supposed to be Scout Sunday, but due to this Omicron variant, we are not able to have in-person service. So next week Sunday, we will have online services like today. So Scout Sunday will be the third Sunday of February, and they have a wonderful program. And I hope by that day, we'll go back to the normal Sunday morning services. And if you have any question, please call church. And if you have any emergency situation occur, call Temple 244-0406, or you can call me direct 214-3067, and we'll take care of that situation for everything. Okay? I think that's all today's services. Thank you very much. Aloha, mahalo. See you. Damascus students, I will see you someday. Be nice, okay? Be healthy and wonderfully. Thank you.